Hello watchers! Native Instruments and Strezov Sampling released their newest choir library called Choir's Omnia on October 4th this year, and I would be taking a look at it from an accessibility standpoint, but also sound-wise in this video. This will also be the first video where I'm kinda up to date with the new sample library release, so if you're interested to see what this library can do for you, especially without having to use the GUI, then stay tuned and make sure to watch this video until the end. Let's dive right in. As previously mentioned, Omnia Choir was released on October 4th, 2022, and all the people who pre-ordered Complete 14, at least Ultimate, if I'm not entirely wrong here, already had access to this library since September 27th. This library requires Contact 7 to be played, so Contact 6 will not work. I especially tested this, and since Contact 7 was released on October 4th as well, you will probably have to get an upgrade or work with the Contact player that is free, but you will always have to restart your DAW after 15 minutes of use. If you already have Contact 7, however, this library, Choir's Omnia, costs about 399 euros and comes with a lot of fun stuff. This library is meant to be the new symphonic choir workers library, which should do almost everything you would want from a library like this for all your choir needs. It contains 40 singers in 4 different sections, the usual SATB settings, soprano, alto, tenor, bass, and you can play them freely as you wish. There are no phrases included, you get just the pure dry sound in multiple dynamic layers, at least 3. As far as I can hear, and we will get into the sound in just a second. There are multiple modes included in this library, 2 to be exact, the so-called key switch mode, which is meant for the sketching phase, and the sequencer mode, where you can sequence your phrases, including a syllable builder, which allows you to phrase whichever word you want the choir to sing. You get 5 microphone positions, which you can mix and match as you like, including volumes, reverb configuration, and all the things that you'd wish from a library like this, which works really, really well. But how does it sound? Which articulations come with it? And what can you do with this library? Let's jump right in. This library contains only 4 patches, which you even see if you're loading this up in Complete Control. And these are the 4 section patches. You get soprano, alto, tenor, and bass. And everything else, switching between the different vowels, switching between the different articulations, is done from within the individual section patches within Complete Control, Contact, or whichever way you decided to run this library on. Let's load up the sopranos first and play you through the sustains a bit. As you've heard, we have mod wheel control as well, so you switch between the different dynamic layers by using the mod wheel. But we don't just have sustains available, we also got other articulations like marcato, for example. Staccato, and staccato. These are the 4 articulations that you get for every individual patch. But you don't just get the articulations, you also get the different vowels. And you get all the 5 vowels. You get A, E, O, and U, and you get which is basically 6 articulations, and every single articulation get all the 4 articulations, which makes up a total of 24 different variations for every individual patch. Now that we referred to soprano, let's just continue to the altos. Let's listen to the tenors next. Let's finish that with the basses. Instead of having sustains play all the time, this library supports polyphonic true legato, which can be toggled via the sustain pedal, I think, but I don't have a sustains pedal right now, so I cannot show you how this would sound. But it seems to be possible. Now that you've got an idea of the sound, let's discuss accessibility for a bit. And in that regard, we can also discuss the different modes, key switches, and sequencer mode. So what key switch mode does is it allows you to toggle the articulations and the syllables or the vowels on the fly, which is meant to be the mode for sketching out ideas. As it stands, this mode seems to be fully accessible. We can change the vowels via key switches, and we can change the articulations via key switches as well. We have two different ranges, and we can change the articulation via a knob on the complete control keyboard as well, or a contact parameter, if that is the way you'd like to do things. That is great, and the way that you can change things with a complete control parameter, articulation-wise, is something that I haven't seen before in another library, so that's definitely something new they did, which is really something I appreciate a lot. And then there's the sequencer mode. The sequencer mode allows you to arrange your different vowels and syllables within the UI and allows it to play actual phrases. The library comes with actual phrase presets, which I haven't found a way to access at all. The downside, however, is that Contact 7 is out yet, but it's not accessible. There are no libraries yet, no accessible helper tools which allow you to manually load a patch into Contact 7. So I cannot load Choir's Omnia in a standalone Contact instance and see if we've got more parameters available that way, but there definitely is no way, as far as I can tell, within complete control to control the sequencer mode at all, except that we can turn it on or off, which I just did, and I will show you what it does by default. So if you hold the key, it will basically cycle through the different vowels in their corresponding order in which they are arranged in the UI, which is the order by default that you've just heard. We can influence this a bit by changing the tempo, for example. And we can change the order. But that's all as far as I can tell. So the sequencer mode doesn't seem to be usable, which is kind of sad. If you, however, have sighted assistance or you sketched out a piece and you want to add in some phrases and compose with actual syllables and stuff, then you can get sighted help and it would definitely be doable. I also heard that this library contains actual syllables instead of only vowels, but I haven't found a way to access those either at all. But that's not all you can do. You can definitely access the microphone positions, all of those, including pan, including volume level, including reverb. You can control the overall global reverb. You can control the EQ that is built into the library itself, although you could probably throw an EQ on your own into your DAW on this track, but you can control the instrument internal EQ as well. All of that is accessible via the complete control keyboard, and that is kind of cool. So before playing you a small excerpt of Lacrimosa by Mozart, I will discuss my personal opinion of this library. I really like the sound. It's kind of nice, although I find the attack of the notes to be kind of weird sometimes, especially the sustains notes. I like the Mercado mode more, although it's not actual Mercado. It's basically sounds almost the same like the sustains. But for me, it seems to be doing a better job than the sustains themselves. Sometimes you get notes where you actually have an attack which seems to be sliding into the actual note that you want to trigger, which is kind of weird sometimes. I think that might be a problem with the sustains and might not a big deal when playing legato mode, but I haven't tried legato yet, so that seems to be something that you need to take care of. So far, this library doesn't beat Audio Imperia's chorus for me, but it's something that I really want to mess around with, and maybe we can get access to the different other features that are not accessible yet through other means in the future. I will discuss this and see if I can cite it help to actually dig around within the UI and within the different key switches a bit and get back to you as soon as I know more about this. The library comes at 399 euros, and to be honest, if that is all we can do and that remains all we can do with this library, then that is not worth the price for me. I'd probably pay like 200 for the sound and for the quality of the sounds and everything, but since a lot of the features, especially the more advanced features, are not accessible that way, it's really not worth the 399 bucks for me. But I got it with Incomplete 14 and it's a nice library to play around with, so I will keep it and let you know if I find out more or if we actually get updates which allow us to do more with it. Let's, however, mention the positive things as well. This library actually added a complete control knob to control articulations, which is definitely a great new addition to their libraries, because it does not require us to use every key on the keyboard just to find out where the actual key switch range begins and which key switch does what. It just allows us to, turn the knob and see which articulation comes up, and basically it speaks with us, the complete control way of things. It speaks to us the articulation that we've just selected, which is a really welcome new addition to this library, and I really love this. Please, Native Instruments, continue doing that with their newest libraries as well, or maybe even update the older ones. This is really a welcome new feature, and other sample library developers, please do the same thing. It really helps a lot. To be fair though, I have not seen any other choir library with a syllable builder, and all the newer ones do have a syllable builder, that actually made this very same syllable builder accessible to us via complete control or anything else. I've not seen this before. There's still any developer to come up with an idea how this would be possible, but I don't think that there is a way, as long as the UI of Contact or whichever sample player they're using is not accessible. This probably won't be accessible at all. I couldn't figure out a way where you couldn't control this via knobs, because basically in the UI you can arrange it and configure how long the actual syllables should be and everything. So I don't think that there is a comfortable way via complete control knobs to actually control and sequence this properly. So to be fair here, This library just doesn't do less than any other choir library I've seen so far. All the other newer choir libraries don't have these features as well. So it basically comes up to, do you like the sound of the library? And if yes, then get this library and play around with it. It's awesome for what it does. Before finishing this video, I will quickly play you an excerpt of Lacrimosa by Mozart. I just got the notes, put everything in. I didn't optimize anything, so we will get sustains only here. So you will definitely hear this. The note tags are kind of weird and kind of off because we don't play any legato here. So please don't think that this is all the library can do. It's definitely not. The library can do much better. If I just had more time or just took more time, I could have optimized this, I could have improved on this, but I just didn't do because I wanted you to get the out-of-the-box experience with this library, because that is what this video is doing. It's showing you the first looks, the out-of-the-box experience, and not the I've optimized and tweaked this to its very best. That's not what this video is meant to do, and that's not what this piece is meant to show you. So here is this small excerpt of Lacrimosa by Mozart. Enjoy, and we will see us right afterwards. Very well, you've made it through the video. Thanks for staying tuned until this point. If you enjoyed the content in this video, helped you quite a bit with, getting into choir libraries, estimating the sound if it suits your needs or whatever else, then feel free to like this video. It really helps the YouTube algorithm. Subscribe to the channel. Helps as well. We've actually hit 150 subscribers, which is really huge thing. It's great to know that there's so many people out there who actually enjoy what I'm doing and find it helpful. That really motivates me a lot, and I will continue to upload videos for you over the next weeks, obviously. If you're active on social media and want to hear more from me between those videos, then feel free to follow me on Twitter. I sometimes post new things there, things that I'm working on, things that I encountered, things that I just learned about simple libraries, about Reaper, about all this kind of different things that there are in the music world out there. Check out the video description, you will find my Twitter handle there. If you've got any ideas for new videos, for questions about this library, about other libraries, about anything you can think of, you can find the comment section below this video. Just type in your comment, click submit, and I will get back to you as soon as possible. But that shall be it. Thanks for watching this video. Until next time, bye bye.